Hello and welcome to In Business Talks 2, a podcast about people who work together as a couple. Learn the secrets of business partnerships, the benefits and pitfalls of working together. Be it husband and wife, father and son, mother and daughter, friends, relatives or any other combination of business partnerships. As well as speaking with other couples, we will let you know of any useful business apps or websites out there that we've discovered to help you with your business.
So we're your hosts, Tracy and Ian Earle, founders of In Business, a networking and business support community. We host online and face-to-face events and we'd love to meet you, so why not come along? The link to book is in the show notes. Today's guests are Mandy Wilson and Stephen Cree, who work together as Cree Digital. It's a small web design and search optimization based business in Harrogate. They work with businesses of all sizes, helping them to raise their online profiles and promote their products and services to their target audience. Cree Digital is in its fourth year of trading, and Mandy joined the business late 2021 after working in the health service for far too many years. So without further ado, let's crack on with In Business Talks 2. Okay, so welcome to our In Business Talks 2 podcast today. We have Mandy and Stephen of Cree Digital. So welcome. It's lovely to see you both.
Thank you very much. Good to be with you.
Yeah, welcome guys. Good to see you. And in the time-honoured tradition, I suppose we should start by asking you guys, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure. Well, we are Cree Digital and we're a small web design and search optimization business. And we're based in Harrogate, although we cover all over the world actually at the moment. And we work with organisations of all sizes and we help them raise their online profiles and promote their products and services to their target audience. And we do this through web design and SEO, which includes copywriting. So, and bits and bats of other things as well. We do a bit of video work, we do branding through some of our associates, because we've been in this business for ages, so we know a lot of people. If we can't do something, we know somebody who can.
Excellent. That's always good, isn't it, having a backup sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. So, so how long has Cree Digital been running? Because I know that you both haven't been in the business together for as long as it's been running. Am I right in saying that?
That's true. Cree Digital. I was previously working. I had a previous agency, and 4 years ago, I left that because the type of work we were getting wasn't the kind of work that I was enjoying particularly. It was a lot more time in meetings rather than actually creating something. So I started this business 4 years ago. And Mandy joined
October 21.
Yeah,
so just coming up to 2 years.
Yeah,
in October.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what made that decision? Why did you decide that?
Yeah.
Well, why did you decide you needed some help, Stephen? And why did you decide to join Mandy?
Well, that's a really good question. So, as with all new business, particularly because of the timing of when I started the business, it was brilliant timing because it was right the month before COVID broke. The initial growth wasn't as quick as I'd hoped it would be. So I was kind of on my own, and with it being a creative business, really, there's copywriting, there's video, there's web design, there's so forth. That's the billable bit. The rest of it, the accounts, the marketing, all the other bits that aren't billable, were kind of taking a lot of my time. So it was that chicken and egg thing. I was kind of stuck where I was working ridiculous hours and not getting the output that I'd hoped I could, that I was expecting to do initially. So that's where Mandy came, and I'll let you take over from there, really.
Yeah, so I've been working in the NHS for probably getting on for 14 years, I'd say. And most of it I'd really enjoyed. The first 12 years were great. It was interesting. Never the best paid job, obviously, especially in the admin section of the NHS. But it was rewarding and interesting, and I liked the people. But the last couple of years, I just felt so frustrated because being the NHS, they really wanted to squeeze you a little bit more and pay you a little bit less all the time. And this led to kind of merging lots of secretarial work with other practices, which I went along with, obviously. I didn't have much choice about that. But I felt they didn't really take enough notice of my ideas for, keeping things running smoothly and not leaving ourselves open to mistakes and what have you. And then, of course, what I predicted happened, and everything sort of started collapsing a little bit around us. And, from always having enjoyed the job, I found that I was finishing every day's work and coming home having a really good rant at Stephen. It was frustrating and awful, and I felt powerless to change things, because even though I was allowed to go in and say my piece, they didn't really act on my suggestions. So I saw this thing falling apart around the secretarial side of the NHS, and I felt powerless to do anything. They would listen, but then not sort of take any notice, basically.
So as a result of this, I had a cunning plan. And the plan, because there's a lot of transferable skills there.
Yeah.
Because first of all, we've been together in life for 14 years. So I've got a real good idea of what Mandy's skill set was and is. And I knew Mandy could organise, and I knew she was really good at admin and problem solving, and these were the areas that I was getting bogged down in, so I couldn't do any billable work, going back to what I was saying earlier. So it made sense. So Mandy came in with a little trepidation, I think it's fair to say, and began her role kind of looking after the accounts and the marketing and keeping on top of things, and make it an organised business and helping with workflow and chasing people up for content and all those things which were just time sapping for me. So it kind of worked, and since then, Mandy's role has just developed from there, really. And
no, I feel like a sort of useful part of the business. It was I was apprehensive at first because I felt a bit out of my comfort zone and wasn't sure whether I would be worth it, as it were. But, I've grown to sort of learn such a lot about the business and how it works, and obviously my copywriting role has developed since starting as well, which is an enjoyable part of it, and something which Stephen definitely didn't have time for before, and we would have probably outsourced. So it was a steep learning curve, but happy to have made the move.
And was it a difficult decision, Mandy? Did you have a bit of a sleepless night or two thinking, I've got to leave a secure job here sort of thing? I've been in the NHS for 14 years, 12 years or whatever, and you think, oh, hang on a minute, I'm now going to work with Stephen full time.
We're going to be together 24/7.
Well, yeah, what were your feelings? What went through your head? Was it an easy decision or not?
No, I suppose I took about a month or two to really think about it and go for it. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's a secure job and you have holiday pay and sick pay, and the biggest the most enjoyable part of it was that I was in an office of people that I enjoyed working with, and there was the day-to-day banter. So I had to think, right, I'm giving all that up to. I guess I took a few weeks to absolutely say, yes, that's it, I'm handing my notice in. And then I think there was a final straw moment at work where I used to work. No, not there. There was a kind of final straw moment, and I just thought, that's it, I'm handing my notice in, and I actually gave them 2 months, I think.
Yeah, very generous.
Which they were very appreciative of. So then I just thought, right, I'll take a leap of faith, and I'm glad I did, really.
One of the tricky things, though, I remember from when you first joined the business, was I felt, I don't know if guilty is a bit too strong a word, but initially coming into this, into a completely different role in a completely different sector, I didn't feel I gave enough time to kind of ease you in and train and kind of point in the right direction. It was a kind of a baptism of fire, wasn't it? Because of about a month after Mandy joined, another chap, sadly, who did the same job as I do, sadly he passed away. So we were sourced to take over 50 websites. So it was really a baptism of fire, because Mandy actually had to migrate all these. I showed how to do it, and then bring them all in. So there's all the migration, all the admin around that, and all the rebilling around that, and communicate with all these 50 new clients. So although I didn't give much training, I like to think I threw her in at the deep end.
Nothing like on-the-job training, is there?
I sometimes found myself sitting there thinking, that's interesting, I'm migrating a website. Who'd have thought that would be the case? But we made good use of video tutorials. So if Stephen wanted to show me how to do something, he would just record himself, and then hopefully I would only have to ever refer to that, rather than keep saying, oh, what did you say about this?
That's a good idea, yeah. Good idea.
It really works, actually. I do it with clients also. So when we hand over a website, we do a screencast tutorial showing them how to manage and edit the websites, because it cuts down on the incoming calls. And they've got something there they can just refer to. So, yeah, so it worked for us as well in that respect.
And what's your vision for the business then? Are you wanting to go massive, or wanting another 5-6 people working for you? Or is it more of a lifestyle business where you can make a decent living and you can sort of just work together and do what you want to do? What's the vision?
I don't think we're geared to that, really. I mean, we're doing okay. We're doing, it's despite the current economic debacle that we find ourselves in at the moment, we're doing all right. We're kind of increasing turnover and increasing profit, and there's 2 of us in the business who are getting reasonable salaries from it. So that's good. I don't think that we're anywhere near the position of going the agency route. I've done that before. It becomes less personal. I started this business because I like the connection between myself and the clients. I think clients appreciate that as well. I'm almost part of their team. I hope that's kind of what I aim for. And the bigger you get, the less personal it becomes. And you get in situations. I mean, I remember the moment I decided I was going to start Cree Digital, and that was the previous business, which went on to some success. I was travelling all the way up the A1 for an hour and a half for a 5-minute meeting, and then an hour and a half down. And that was because that particular project had a high price tag on it. The client felt that if they said we want a meeting, even if it was just to ask 3 questions that could have been done over the phone, you kind of at that beck and call. And now it's far more equitable with the clients. There's a lot more give and take. And I took some customers from the previous agency as well, which was agreed. I didn't I didn't snaffle them. It was kind of agreed, and when I left, that I'd take a certain number of clients. So I took those as well. So I got some real good, long-standing clients who I really enjoy working with. And that's the thing, really. We both kind of get on with our clients.
We build relationships, don't we? Yeah.
So you're quite happy as you are at the moment, just building what you're doing together.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's an end in sight. We'd like to build up the business to a level where our retainers make it a business that's attractive to a buyer at the right price. And we're no spring chickens, really. So we're at a time when we're looking at kind of not working 50 hours a week if we can avoid it. So it would certainly either that, or we bring somebody in to run the business and take a salary from it. But we don't want it to grow too big now.
No, just happy lifestyle, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how have you found being in business together? Has it strengthened or changed your personal relationship at all? Do you have more arguments? I think is what we really want to know. No,
right. You want to know the juicy stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm only joking.
No, sadly, I don't think there is any. We boringly, we kind of rock along all right. I think
we do.
Don't we? There's not too many points of friction, because also the business is kind of compartmentalized as well. So I do my stuff, Mandy does her stuff, and we just kind of share what we're doing, really. And we've got our own responsibilities, and we don't tread on each other's toes.
So you got your own roles then, basically, in the business.
Yeah,
haven't you?
yeah. There's demarcation throughout the business, so which hasn't happened necessarily by intent. A lot of it has just kind of fallen into place, as I'm sure you find. That you kind of take on, you kind of lead a role here and step back on other stuff. So
Yeah, you play to your strengths, don't you?
And has it strengthened your relationship then? Because you're now working sort of like 24. You're not going out to the NHS anymore now, Mandy. So you with.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. has it sort of strengthened the relationship, or is it? What way has it changed, do you think? Or
I just think it's always been a strong relationship. I honestly don't think it's changed our relationship at all.
No.
Our sort of personal life is totally separate, really. And like I would say, in the business, we very rarely disagree about anything. And I think I do sort of realise that obviously Stephen started the business and he knows more about it than I ever will. And so I kind of can take a more, not subservient, but I do what I'm told in the business.
Yeah. I was going to say, does he boss you about?
Really?
Right. Yeah, but obviously we're different to that when we talk about our personal life.
Yeah,
it's a very different thing.
And I think it's not that we. I think it's important to say that we do have our opinions about the business, and sometimes they are, and we may disagree, but we don't get into,
Yeah, you don't fall
dispute,
out. Yeah,
no.
yeah.
No, we don't fall out. There's,
Yeah.
we kind of listen to each other and then make a decision. And I suppose the other thing about strengthening the relationship, I'm not sure about that because, as Mandy said, it's a pretty good relationship. But it certainly ties you in when you both become directors of the same company. It's not quite so easy to wiggle out.
Yes, but
And what's the best thing about being in business together then, do you think?
The best thing? Well, I think the trust thing, which came into one of the decisions why I was keen to have Mandy come to work in the business, because I've been in businesses before where the trust has become a bit of an issue. And that's really difficult to deal with. And when you've got your own business, which at the time was my baby, you're very careful about who babysits. So being able to having somebody who I trust implicitly with my life, that's a real bonus having Mandy in there. And we can say things which probably wouldn't be fit to air, will be considered slightly un-PC perhaps.
Yeah.
We're not the workplace kind of
Yeah.
here.
We haven't got all that stuff. Yeah. The baggage that comes with working with other people sometimes. Yeah.
Yes.
Departments and the like. Yeah.
You don't have to be on your best behaviour all the time.
Oh no. Yeah. That's it. That's exactly right. You can be authentic.
Yeah. You can be honest, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're feeling courageous, you can be honest.
Yeah.
What about you, Mandy? What would you say is the best bit?
For me personally, it's such a life change. I mean, I came to the business when I was 59, and I never thought that at 59 I'd suddenly be a sort of a director of a company, having my previous work experience, and it's a nice feeling, really. It's nice to be sort of working towards a common goal and trying to build the business. It gives you a sense of achievement, because there's nothing you can do if you're employed by somebody. You just do your work and you get your pay and you go home. But here, I feel very incentivized to look at ways that we can improve the business and hopefully improve profits. So yeah, it's a nice sense of achievement, because not many people have such a drastic change so late in life. I'm not old, but
not old. You're definitely not old,
it's
mate. You're not
something
old.
I never thought I would do or be. So that's good for me.
Yeah, and it is an incentive, isn't it? Because if we both decided that we were going to throw a sickie for a couple of weeks, it
You can.
impacts on the mortgage and the lights,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas there was a time you could get away with that, and this is a terrible insight to my previous time working in the company.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Oh, no, I haven't.
I know you haven't, have you?
No, haven't been self-employed for most of my life. Can you share a particularly memorable moment or experience that you've had so far as working together? Is there anything that you just thought,
Standout moment.
standout
Wow,
moment
that went well.
that's-
Wow, that was is a shared.
I don't know whether you want to mention it, but
well, it can be edited. Hang on, guys. Oh,
the Hackgate just before Christmas.
oh,
when I hadn't been in the
God,
business long.
yeah. That was memorable. Not in a good way.
No, I was going to say not in a good way.
No, but you just joined the business, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was
Just before Christmas, wasn't it? 21.
3 days before Christmas. The snow was falling, the winds were howling, and we were doing our regular updates on sites where our clients pay us a small fee every month, and we pay a small fee every month, and we go in and we make sure the plugins are updated, we make sure the core's up to date, and we update any themes if they need updating, and we take backup to the site and so forth. And the site had been hosted on with a different company to the one we've got now. We moved, and for reasons that will soon become apparent, their hosting got hijacked.
Oh no!
And we had a number of websites that all of a sudden started displaying ads for Chinese tortures.
Oh
And
gosh!
and it meant that we worked all the way through Christmas and into the new year. First of all, to try and fix these sites. We couldn't fix all of them. And secondly, to try and get some accountability from the hosting company, which we couldn't get. So that was a lesson learned, but that was a big trauma. Thanks for reminding me of it.
You'll have to go and have a lie down in a dark
It sounds
room.
like you handled it well, though. It sounds like you handled it well and got through it, which is good as a team.
We've had some wins as well. We've landed some nice big clients. One of which being the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are a big NFL team.
Wow!
A world kind of brand, and we were hired to create their UK portal. So that's a real kind of feather in the cap for a very micro business like ours, really. So we like bragging about that one.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Worth bragging about, yeah, definitely. I'm going to ask my favourite question now.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to ask it to you. Both get a turn each, but it's going to be Mandy first. Ladies first, of course. Mm-hmm. So, Mandy, what is Stephen's worst work habit? Notice I said work habit. What is Stephen's worst work habit?
Well, I have a title for Stephen, the chief taker home of the ball. Sometimes you can do that, can't you? You can be a bit quick to say, right, that's it. Don't want to do that website anyway. And I sort of usually dive in there and say, well, hang on a minute. Let's just think about this carefully. So I don't know if you want to have that included actually in the podcast. So that's
fine. That's fine. No,
chief taker home of the ball.
I am a perfectionist. I like things to run smoothly.
Yeah.
And when things don't run smoothly, it does rattle me. It rattles me unnecessarily. I'm not a raging. No. I'm not an ogre. I'm not a brute. No, I do get unnecessarily rattled sometimes when things don't go, particularly when it's my own fault. When I do something.
Yeah, when you've made the mistake. Yeah, it seems twice as bad then, doesn't it?
Yeah, you beat yourself up, don't you?
Yeah, so I think it's a virtue, really.
Absolutely. And
now, same question to you. That you get your revenge here, Stephen. Right. What's Mandy's worst work habit?
I think 2 years isn't long. We're coming up to 2 years of Mandy being in the business, but I think perhaps she doesn't rate herself as highly as she should, and I don't think she has the confidence. She doesn't know how capable she is. Sounds patronising. This, I love it.
It doesn't.
No, doesn't.
It
No,
sounds
it
lovely.
sounds nice. It sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah.
No, it's right. She's very capable. I'm delighted with the contribution she makes to the business, but she just needs to have more confidence and more in herself, really. And yeah. But she's very good. Anybody out there wants a copywriter? She's
You're pimping her out now.
Without now saying something negative about you.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
method in my
That's
madness.
good.
I'll use
That's
it.
nice. Is that? That's nice. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you were to turn the clock back, shall we say what, to 2021, Mandy? Would you do it again? Would you guys go into business together again? Would you say, right, let's do it, or would you change anything?
No, I think I'd say let's do it, and we should have done it earlier.
Yeah, definitely. I concur with that. I think. Yeah, I agree with that. I think. I think maybe if Mandy had come into the business a year earlier, we'd be in an even better position than we're in.
Sounds good. Sounds like it's all going really well. Anyway, it sounds like you're doing good, guys. Sounds like
Yeah.
you're doing good. Yeah, it sounds like it was a.
Oh, this has all been a pack of lies here. This has all been a pack of lies. It has been a good decision. It's we're pretty pleased with the way things are going. We're very lucky.
And I can imagine it. I mean, it's quite a big thing, isn't it? Not only sort of living with somebody, but working with them. You're there 24 hours a day, aren't you?
Yeah.
They can get on your nerves a bit, can't they, Mandy?
What do you mean?
I do look forward to rugby night sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look
I
forward
guess
to
the
yoga,
rugby.
don't you?
I look forward to yoga nights, actually. Yeah.
You can watch the telly.
Not that I do the yoga, but
You can watch what you like on the telly, can't you? Yeah, without me saying, shall we watch this?
I mean, which another question there is prompted me for one more question, which is, do you talk about the business in your downtime, or do you say, right, it gets to 5 o'clock, well, that's it, we're not discussing the business now, we're just going to do our own thing, it's a weekend? How does that work? Do you or not, or do you?
It leaks in, but we have a rule, sort of not just before bedtime, because otherwise you just get on with thinking about it and you can't get to sleep. But yeah, things crop up, don't they? In out of work hours.
And it might be an idea, a new idea for the business. It might be ways we can improve. It might be a particular client who's got an issue that we're trying to find a way around for them. It's in all honesty, it's pretty well balanced. We do, again, it compartmentalises that word. We do kind of do that, but there's no kind of strict rule that come 5:30, 6 o'clock we stop talking about it, because
I think that's the thing when you're in your own business, though, isn't it? It's difficult. It is difficult to switch off, because it's like when we have ideas, even if it's the weekend, we sort of blurt them out, don't we, or whatever. You don't sort of say, I'll save that until Monday. You just got to get it out there, haven't you? And go with it, I think,
yeah, that's right. And but it kind of it works. It works reasonably well. We don't spend too much time, do we, outside working hours discussing things. But if it crops up, it crops up. Yeah.
So, have you got any tips or advice that you give somebody who's thinking of going into business with their partner
or with a family member?
Well, I think it's my advice would be prepared to be humbled, and don't take yourselves too seriously, and be able to laugh at yourself and on occasion each other. My advice, because things can get I think things can get a bit heavy sometimes, and we've always had a similar sense of humour, and we can usually break the tension with a cutting jibe or something.
What about you, Mandy? What would you say?
Well, I think it totally depends on the kind of relationship you have, really, the person you're thinking about going into business with. I think if you rock along really well and you very rarely fall out, then yes, it will probably work. But I think if you're somebody who's in a tempestuous relationship already, I wouldn't even think about it.
Oh God, yeah.
No.
Relationships like that, aren't there? And some people thrive on shouting at each other, but we're very, I'd say we're pretty even tempered, aren't we? We don't.
Yeah.
We very rarely fall out seriously about anything, so I think that's a good basis for us. I'd be wary, certainly, if we were in a fiery relationship.
Yeah. And if anyone does want to get in touch with you guys and use your services, what's the best way to do that?
Well, they can get in touch with us through our website, which is creedigital.co.uk. That's CREE digital.co.uk. Or they can drop us a line at hello@creedigital.co.uk, or they can find us on LinkedIn.
Harrogate phone number?
Oh, yeah, Harrogate phone number. 01423 609 005, I think.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll double check it and put it in the show notes.
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Lovely. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you and finding out a little bit more about the dynamics of your relationship.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you coming along.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been fun.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it. It wasn't too bad.
Not too bad. Not too painful.
Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks for joining us today.
Bye.
Right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And now we come to our knowledge share of this week. So what do we have for our share this week, Tracy?
So this week's knowledge share is Profile Pic Maker. And basically you can create awesome AI profile pictures for free. So you upload your photos to generate hundreds of professional looking profile pictures with artificial intelligence. It also gives you some great backgrounds as well, that you can use on your LinkedIn profile. We'll put the details in the show notes and let us know what you think.
Yeah, sounds like a great share. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. We'd love to see you at one of our networking events. Be sure to check out our website for upcoming events. If you'd like to learn more about networking, then why not take a look at our networking know-how courses designed to help you improve your networking skills.
We also have a series of books available on Amazon, such as How to Improve Your Business Networking Skills, 52 Tips to Help You with Your Networking. We have our Notably Networking One-to-One Notebook. This is a great place to keep all your notes from those follow-up one-to-ones. And not forgetting our 90 Days to Your Success Journal, where you can plan and set and plot the actions that you'll take to achieve your goals.
We hope you'll join us again next time, and don't forget to rate, review and subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Thanks for listening, we really appreciate it, and until next time, this is Ian and Tracy, and together
we are in business. Goodbye.
Goodbye.